Hi.
Aaron.
Sorry, guys. Was just having every time I sat down was like, all right, time to get started. Like, family would be like, hey, can you do something? And I was like, yes, yes, I can.
You're fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right now, it's the fun thing of, so far most of the Party Wipe people's presents came in, but it was a package came for you. I opened it up. Why did you open my package? Why you open these things that aren't for you?
That's just rude.
It happens so much, but I've got another thing coming in the mail that I would really like them to not open, because it's a bit private and I would rather not explain.
Oof.
Yeah, so it's like, please don't open things that aren't.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Which is a completely fair request.
Yes.
Happy horror days.
Yeah. So we are
Waiting
once
on
more
Kay.
missing our Malkavian.
Did she end up having to go to work, or is she just behind? Like
she said she's 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Okay. No, she told us she was going straight from work, so that's not a huge deal.
No, but
and if we have to, we can start without her and go with Desra and Navina.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I also sent you a.
I saw the snowy backdrop. Yeah, it looks great.
Doctor looks so sleepy.
Always sleepy.
She always does look sleepy, though.
That's super loud, groovy. Turn that.
Oh, kitty. It's okay. I'm a good girl. I'm not moving. I'm just sitting.
Also, I watched a playthrough of the new Alien RPG. Looks so fun.
Nice.
The combat is fast and brutal. One person basically died very quickly, as you do in Aliens. But the nice thing about it seems, is character creation is very quick, and you go into the game knowing that you're playing aliens, so most of the cast is expendable. And so it's like, when that character died, they were like, all right, now you assume the role of this new person who is also, trapped in this place.
Not everybody is Ripley.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, not everyone is Ripley, so when they die, you jump to the next character, and every character has private motivations and goals.
Yes.
And that's how you get like bonus experience and stuff, by role playing what they're out for.
Yeah. Some people are 80-year-old cats.
80-year-old cat. Other people are just synths.
Yeah. God, Ripley hated them after the first one.
Well, it tried to kill her.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah, it did. But with just one synth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Android Beth.
She got better after. What was his name? Parrish? Not Parrish.
Well, I think it was also because they all had the same face, so it kind of.
Ooh. Okay, it's been a good 10 years at least since I watched any of the Alien movies.
I want to say the two androids in Alien and Aliens were played by the same guy, and
it was in the one after that too.
Oh, okay, and it's the same one from Aliens and Aliens 3, but he's like broken. But yeah,
I can see why that would be nope, I'm gonna murder you now. I've never met you in my life.
Yeah, and that's the conversation they have is during Aliens. She's like, I don't trust them, and he's like, hey, I understand how you feel. That model had problems. It's been, I think it was like 50 or 60 years. It's like, we've upgraded, and I know you don't need to trust me right away, but let me prove that I'm capable. And she's like, I don't like it, but I guess.
The one after that, which I didn't really like as much. It wasn't really that great, especially compared to the other ones. But you find out, you meet like the guy who made them all, and he looks exactly like them.
Wait,
The
so the
Wayland
dude who made the synths made them look exactly like him?
Yep.
How egotistical.
the Wayland Yutani guy, yeah.
I think, like, for me personally, if I was going to make an android, the very last thing I'd want it to look like is me.
I mean,
I don't know what I'd want it to look like. But definitely not me.
It's a legacy thing. He wanted to continue on.
Yeah, but he even said like after the synth that she actually made, for instance, I don't know why I can't remember the name. But he's just like, after she managed to bring him back, even though he was still like half of him, he's just like, yeah, please deactivate me. I don't want to deal with Dad.
Ow. He made them call.
He didn't say that specifically.
Okay. I was gonna say, all of them calling him Dad because he made them. That's just a bit creepy.
Yeah.
No, he's just like, please deactivate me. I don't want to have to face like whoever you.
Yeah. So I guess if we want to start early
Yeah.
arc. Also, how is everyone doing? I know we kind of jumped right into banter.
That's fine.
I'm doing good.
Doing all right. Terrified, excited, and hoping that I can walk away from this encounter with the prince.
Mm-hmm. Sure, it's fun.
Yeah! Let's find out.
Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, well, welcome back to Vancouver by night. Am I echoing?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, are you? I couldn't hear it.
I think it's coming through you.
Through me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hold
Yeah,
on.
you're lighting up. Light it up, up, up.
Well, go ahead and start again. I'll watch it for a moment.
All right.
Last time.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
me. Okay.
definitely through you.
Hang on, I'm going to turn push to talk on then.
Okay.
We all good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so last time the coterie decided to go behind Desra's back and put Gustav in a hospital for his health. And in the next night, Navina stalled Desra while the doctor made a quick attempt to get to the hospital to make sure Gustav was still alive.
It worked.
It very nearly didn't when Desra had to test for Fury Frenzy. Even succeeding that role, she decided to wreck up the laboratory a little bit, destroying most of the research that Epione had in progress.
I got it backed up. That's all right.
Desra and Navina wanted to go visit Gustav, but Finian refused, and so they told him to either meet them at the car or to get out. Finian chose the latter.
We're bad parents.
When are vampires good parents?
Tough love.
We're the worst parents.
The Desra and Navina visited the hospital. Desra gave Gustav a little more vitae to try to help heal him faster. Finian ran away from the haven, and once the doctor got back, she receives a phone call from an unknown number stating that Desra should meet them in 2 weeks, as well as a strange note from Finian, which the doctor was able to understand. It seemed to have been written in some sort of code. The doctor took the camera's hard drive for the Haven, and not being able to get much more information than she already knew out of it, hid it in the lockbox in her room. She told Desra and Navina this before she went out to go find Finian, using a blood sorcery ritual. The doctor found Finian as he was trying to bed down for the day inside an abandoned basement, bringing a few blood bags with her as well as the note. Finian took the note and ripped it up and refused to eat any of the bagged blood. The next morning, Finian fell into torpor thanks to his refusal to eat any blood. The doctor managed to revive him with more of her blood sorcery, increasing her blood potency temporarily so that he would wake up.
Inside.
And tonight we return to the Haven on the university campus.
Cool.
Desra and Navina, you wake up, and it's pretty apparent that no one else is in there besides you two and Natalia.
I probably would have stayed very close to Desra after all of the shit that went down. Like bunked up together and whatnot, because seems like she's in a bad place.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Yeah. So Navina would have kept her company. In the fucking coffin.
Rouse checks, my dude.
Ah, yes.
You did that last week.
Oh,
I mean, last
We're
2
just
weeks
waking
ago.
up.
yeah, you said we were just waking up. Did we do that at the end of class?
We did that
Yeah.
at the end of last week.
Oh, do I get my willpower back?
You would receive your willpower equal to your composure or resolve, whichever is higher.
Cool. Oh, I am very hungry. Oh no.
I'm at 3 as well, so.
Yeah.
So I think the first point of order then is waking up, and Desra would get dressed, ready. They're expecting the new security to arrive, but we should. Sorry, let me do this in character.
Okay.
She'd get up, get ready when she sees that Navina starts to stir. No help gonna be arriving soon. We probably should secure a bite before they do. Don't want to be eating the help.
And she just rolls over onto her side. Oh, God, I could... I'm so hungry. I really shouldn't be running around out and about in the town. You know I have to go somewhere today.
You got to be meeting with the prince. All the more reason not to be hungry.
Yes, and sadly I can't exactly raid the good doctor's fridge.
Don't think she has anything left. Hasn't been around much.
No, I mean, I can't raid her fridge even if she was here. We tried that once before. It doesn't work for my clan, apparently.
Also true.
New things to learn. Wonderful. It was not a pleasant experience. That does leave me with a few options, though. I know I tease you all of the time to borrow Natalia, but this time I really do mean it. Can I borrow Natalia?
She's already been fed on once already.
Was she?
I think somebody took a snack of her.
The doctor.
Yeah. How long ago was that? That was only a day or so ago, right?
I believe that time has passed since the
Yeah.
incident with the sheriff.
That was at least 2 days ago.
Okay, because they do need time to recover after you feed on them too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they become anemic.
Yeah. We can't have the security.
Okay.
Flat-footed.
If you say it's been long enough that it would be okay, then she'll kind of nod. Go ahead and let her know I said it was fine.
Navina will get up off of the bed and move over to where Desra's at for the moment and just like reach out and touch her arm. Are you gonna be okay when I go see the prince?
I'll make sure the new situated.
That's not what I meant.
Yes, I'll be fine.
And she reaches up a hand to like brush your cheek. Just all gentle like. Okay. And she turns and heads to go find Natalia before she gets dressed in, the super nice clothes, because God forbid you get a blood stain on the really nice clothes.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. 1, because they're the really nice clothes, and 2, you can't go see the prince with some of your breakfast on your shirt.
Would be a bad idea.
Saving it for later.
Look who it is.
Hey, is Kate.
Hey.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
Yes, so make good the noms.
Yes.
Natalia's downstairs.
Okay. I will walk up to Natalia and silence my phone very quickly. Yes, I know it's 9 o'clock. Shh, quiet. Go to Natalia and say to her, "Good evening."
Miss Marlin.
And she gives a sigh and looks at Natalia and is just thinking, how do I say this without it being embarrassing? You know I have a meeting with the prince tonight, yes?
Sorry, I'm trying to think if you actually mentioned it around her.
I didn't know. I thought Desert told Natalia everything. Whether I had or not.
She would probably know just because she's going to expect to drive you.
Alright, so she would nod. I'm ready to head out whenever you are.
I'm entirely famished, and Desra has already given the word that it would be all right if you would lend me some of your blood before we left. But I would ask you first. Joking aside, this isn't something that I ever thought was going to happen, and I would like to know if you are all right with it.
There's a brief pause.
You're welcome to ask Desra if you don't believe me. This isn't something that I would force you to do.
No, I don't think you're lying. If the boss gave the word, go ahead.
She looks at Natalia indignantly, like, the fuck? She's a very tall lady, yes?
Probably a bit above the average height.
Yeah.
Like 5'10", 5'11".
Okay, so she's
Or
only
so.
like a few inches taller than Navina. Because Navina's 5'8". Given that Natalia would say that out loud, Navina's probably not going to be as like super gentle about the whole thing. We'll put our arms around Natalia and then grab her by the hair and nom on her. I will take 2 dots is okay before they get hurt, right?
Yes, that is the maximum non-harmful drink.
You just in case. I will do that. And then close up the wound and then let go of her hair and step back. Oh, hello.
Sorry, it was saying that I had bad connection, but it was green, but it wasn't. It was weird. I don't know.
You're okay.
So you drink the blood that is offered to you.
Yeah.
Tastes is sweet. Very much your type.
That's the reason why I always ask. Though now that I've got it, it seems like jokes are kind of passé, doesn't it?
Finally got it. Was it everything you hoped for?
Yes, I'm not starving anymore. Does she react to Navina being a little shit?
At the most that you would notice is like gritted teeth afterwards. I'll be ready whenever you're ready to head out.
I'll get dressed. You might want to find someone for Desra as well. She's not in the best of places, and I imagine that will affect her mood. She's as hungry as I am. And she wants to make sure everything is as it needs to be before she gets the new ghouls up to speed. So if you can get somebody over and quickly while I get dressed and prepared, that would be ideal.
Yes, Miss Marlin.
Thank you, Natalia. And she gives a little smile and then heads off. And she goes and gets dressed in something very, very slinky, very, something to appease a toreador. And it'll take a little while. I imagine it takes like half an hour at least to get her hair done and her makeup on and dressed in a nice outfit. Heels, jewelry, the whole thing.
Desra, while Navina is doing this, what would you like to do?
Well, do I have a time on when the ghouls will arrive?
They would arrive sometime later this evening. Probably around 10 to 11.
Okay. I would probably get ready to go out to hunt.
If that is all,
Yeah, that's all I need. I got the remembering from 2 weeks ago. I got the information that I needed. There's a meeting arranged, so I don't have anything pressing right now. So main priority is to get the hunger down, because it's just a downward spiral if you don't take care of that.
roll strength and brawl just for your hunting.
Okay. I'm going.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go very far from our haven. And probably.
So,
go ahead.
At least across campus, if not further.
I'm going to be very far from our area so that it can't be traced back. But yes, when I get to them, strength brawl.
Yes, unless you're changing up how you hunt.
Nope. And since it's grappling, I get 2 more dice. I would critical on my hunt roll.
Yeah. Now, how much are you looking to drink?
Yeah, that's the thing of it, isn't it? I'm gonna roll something real quick. Okay, yeah, that checks out. She's gonna drain them.
Alright, your usual hunting tactic. You wait outside of a bar. Some poor Joe Schmo comes out. And just instantly you're on him, biting down into his neck. And you just drain the blood from him until he goes limp in your arms.
And I would close up the
Your
wound.
hunger is reduced to 0.
I would close up the wounds so that it's not traceable back to that. And then basically down that alley, I would tuck them off into a corner where they won't be found, and probably just both hands around their neck and make it look like somebody had just strangled them down an alley. Probably take their wallet, make it look like it was a robbery or a scuffle that went wrong, and the person just got choked to death, left there. And since it's very far away, I'm going to disappear and try to not have it be traced back.
For a blatant killing such as this, you're going to take 2 stains to your humanity.
Yep. Oh wait, we marked that off to the side. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, that's just the place she's at right now. She is going to drink to be full and satiated, and probably does not care that she killed somebody outright. At least does not care that she drained him. She needed to feed. I'd probably take my time getting back. So probably not there when Navina leaves.
Alright, we are going to cut away now. Finian.
Yes.
Dr. Epione. If I remember correctly, you were currently trying to get away from the good doctor.
Because I just drank some of her blood, and that is not allowed. So I am running and trying to get to where I'm supposed to be.
Finian, please, you need to eat. I have a blood bag. I'm begging you, please take it.
Nope, stay away. I have to
Finian,
go.
you were in torpor. I had to get you out.
Nope, it's okay.
It's not okay. Please just take the blood bag. That's all I'm asking.
He'll stop, turn around, take it, and then start walking again.
I follow him, but I follow him at a distance. I let him have space.
Yeah, he's... I picture... Is it okay if he has a book bag? Is that fine? Are those things we're allowed to just have?
Yeah, it's not a ridiculous notion.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think he's holding the blood bag in his arms, and he has the book bag on his back, and, like, he has some of the journals still in his hands, but, like, slowly, as he's walking, he's moving the book bag to the front and putting it in his book bag, just, like, occasionally taking a break and, like, stopping and doing it real fast, and, like, glancing back at Dr. Fione, and then starting to walk again, but walking faster. Until he gets to where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I do not close the distance during this. I just let him have space.
But yeah, until he gets to his place. That's it. That's all he does. I feel like every once in a while too, he takes out one of the books and like reads it and makes sure it's fine.
Like constantly stopping and waiting.
He has to make sure everything's perfect.
So, Vinian, do you just head in when you get there, or do you wait and try to lose the doctor?
No, he goes right in.
Doctor, you see Finian go into a mental hospital.
With my field in medical science, do I recognize it?
Recognize it as what? Just the hospital?
Yeah, do I know of this hospital? And if so, what do I know of it?
You probably would have heard of it before, but not exactly much. You didn't study into psychology or the mental field. But it's called Riverview Mental Hospital. What kind of information are you looking for specifically?
Well, first, I'm going to put down Riverview Mental Hospital.
Oh my god, that's an actual hospital!
Let's see.
Oh my god, that's so fucking freaky.
What would I know? Would I know of any of the like what is their like general practice here? Is it like asylum-esque or just like a research, more of a research hospital, or?
It would be a care hospital to care for those with mental... I'm blanking on terms.
Okay. Yeah.
Disorders? I don't know.
Yes, disorders.
So the one that I'm actually finding online is abandoned. Is this one abandoned or no? I don't know if you're going actually off of the actual Riverview one that's in Canada that I found.
It was, but not anymore.
Dun, dun, dun. Is that an answer you know you're not telling us?
It is not abandoned.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so if it looks like an active hospital and, he goes in there, I'm gonna, pause. And I'm not sure I should go in or not.
I'm turning
Yeah,
off the notifications, sorry.
It's like I kind of pause and I watch for a minute and I think on it, and I'm just gonna study the outside of it for a minute, make sure I know the name of it, and then realizing that it's probably a bad idea to follow someone who's currently probably upset with me into a mental hospital. I probably turn around and start leaving.
How far are you going?
Oh wait,
I'm asking, are you heading back to the Haven? Are you waiting nearby?
I'll wait nearby for a little bit. I'll just find a bench to sit on and relax for a moment. I probably take out my notebook and start jotting things down.
It has been quite a stressful start to the day.
Yes, it has. But after, if nothing happens after an hour or two, I'll get up and I'll head back to the Haven. I'll probably wait for about an hour and then get up and head home.
Finian, you'll head inside. The main area is brightly lit. There's a receptionist sitting. He doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. He's doing something on the computer.
I'm just gonna walk right past him and go where I know where to go. I don't know exactly where that is, but... Huh?
You head for the stairs, start going up.
Mm-hmm. He's just going directly there. And then if there's a door into it, he's not even gonna knock or anything. He's just gonna walk on in.
You take the long walk down the hall to an office door. The placard outside says Dr. Obadiah Wolf. You enter and head inside.
And then, he's not gonna say anything. Just gonna take the backpack off, put the blood bag to the side, and put the backpack on the chair. And just, if he's in there, look at him. If
you
he's
don't
not, then
see
wait.
him.
Yeah, he's gonna sit down in the chair and wait, and then start getting a little antsy, and stand up and yeah, just I keep saying oh my god. He's gonna just sit in the chair and look around a little bit, then start oh my god. Okay, I'm just not gonna worry about it. Gonna start tapping his leg and everything, and then maybe stand up and start getting the journals out of the bag and organizing them. Maybe looking outside of the window to see if he is coming, but not leaving. to try and find him. Unless he was told, if I'm not there, try and find me. But I don't think he was.
You wait there 5 minutes, 10 minutes. 30 minutes go by before stepping out of the shadows. The tall vision of Obadiah Wolf stands before you.
He's gonna
It's not horrifying.
motion towards the notebooks that are now neatly out on the ground, organized by day. Or week instead. So there's one for each day. Piled based off of weeks.
Finny. You sweet, sweet child, what have you brought me?
The notebooks like you said for me to do. I tried to do as much detail as possible about my thoughts and the way I was feeling, and then physical stuff and all that. Yeah. I didn't do much with numbers this time because we didn't have many numbers. Sorry.
You must be starving, aren't you?
He'd nod.
Yet you couldn't resist yourself, could you? Had a little nibble?
It wasn't
I
my
can
fault.
smell it on you.
It wasn't my fault. She said
He
I was.
smacks you.
Mm.
Not your fault. Do you expect me to believe that?
No. Sorry. What's torpor?
Torpor is a state in which we are unconscious for days to months at a time, possibly years.
Okay, and then he'd walk over to the most recent notebook and pick it up and start writing some stuff down. Just about what had happened that morning. And then set it back down and sit in the chair.
You know you deserve punishment, don't you?
Bite his lip and shrug.
It's lucky for you that I am kind to my childer. And he'll pull off one of his gloves and hold the wrist out towards you. You
Yeah,
may eat.
The moment he says you may, he would get up and go over and start drinking. Start feeding.
How much are you trying to drink?
However much he lets him. He's hungry.
You drink the Vitae. It is a slow process, unlike drinking Immortal.
Mm-hmm.
The thickened blood drips into you. And you may remove 3 dots of your hunger before he pushes you back into the chair.
He'll say thank you. Is there anything else you want?
What are your friends planning next, Finian?
I think I don't know, they don't like me that much right now.
Obadiah grabs you by the back of your hair and pulls your head back. That's not what I said. I asked what they're planning next, not I think.
Does Finn know about the meeting with the prince?
I believe he was the time.
What'd you say?
I believe he was staked at the time.
Okay. I don't know if they told him when they went to go to the hospital or not before he left. I don't think so, though. He'd, take a moment. Take a deep breath and say, well, I wrote most of it in the books, but I'm like totally blanking on everything right now. Because I don't want to just say he tells them everything that he knows. I gotta actually say everything that he knows.
Well, what does he know about the doctor? Or Desra? Or
Okay,
Navina
okay.
in particular?
Cool. Yeah, it's slowly coming back to me. Okay. The thing that's like getting jumbled in my head is the stuff that we did last week versus stuff that we did this week. So that's why I'm confused.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I'm like, he doesn't know about the cruise ships, doesn't know about this, doesn't know about that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. So I'm like sorting it all in my head right now, and I'm trying to figure out like the in-character stuff versus the out-of-character stuff. We're trying to track down this guy named Kane.
Cade. Kane is
Cade.
somebody
Cade!
completely.
Oh God, we're trying to track down Cade.
Alert! Alert! Red alert! Do not
Okay,
approach.
TBH though, he probably would get their names mixed up too.
That's fair.
But no, I don't think he knows who Kane is. So,
Welcome to the shit show.
yeah.
Fireworks.
Yeah, so we could say we're trying to track down this guy named Cade. Trying to track down this guy named Cade. He have I met up with him? No, not since we first started. No.
You saw Cade at Elysium, but I don't
No,
think
not
you
Cade.
spoke to him.
I meant my sire.
No.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to. He knows, though. Does he know who each of the people are?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Cade is the sire to, I think, Navina's mom. And they're running some sort of bad thing going on. We don't know the details of it yet. We're trying to get that from our friend Douglas. And
Douglas who, you damn stupid childer?
his name's Douglas Velvet, and he's a Nosferatu, I think is what it's called. He has pointy ears, he has no hair, and he likes to get his nails painted. And he knows the sheriff. I think he was working for her at some point too. And then we have I don't really know much that Desra's doing because she's very quiet.
You said they were upset with you. What did you do?
They said I was acting weird. And I had said that I was hungry, but then I realized that I wasn't able to have anything because I had to come here. So we went out to go get something to eat, but then I had to tell them I wasn't hungry anymore. And they said ever since then I was acting weird. And then we have the doctor, and she's her name's Dr. Epione, but I think Navina said her name was Lauren. Well, no, she said her name was Lauren. And then Navina started calling her Lauren. And then she is always in her lab. She's doing some sort of experiment stuff. She does stuff with blood a lot. And I think I heard her talk about trying to do stuff with letting people have powers that they don't know. Does he not know? I'm trying to sort it out in my head. If he doesn't, then he wouldn't have said it.
He would know that she's working on experiments, sure, and she probably mentioned it a couple times, but
Yeah.
Or if you
you
meant
probably
sorry.
Both. I'm trying to figure out what he knows and what he doesn't know exactly.
You were there when you went to help rescue Navina's girlfriend.
Yeah.
But
So
nothing was explicitly said. It was kind of, can you read between the lines?
Yeah, and that's the thing that Finn's good at doing.
Okay, then yeah, he would probably pick up.
You probably would have said, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But the only one who knows that he's spying is Desra and Navina.
Yeah, then I think instead of saying he's working with, he said that he knows. He knows the sheriff. And then also the blood stuff. Yeah, I feel like for the doctor too, he might have picked up on that too. Just a little bit. She said.
Yeah.
I
It
know
was
she
a
said something about
monstrosity.
powers. Yeah. He wasn't there to see it specifically. So, but yeah, no, he
would know it's something about making kindred more powerful, but maybe not know the exact detail.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and the doctor, she's trying to do stuff to make us more powerful and stuff. I think. I think they were talking about there being a monster in there once, and that's how Douglas got into the Haven. I don't know if the doctor and Douglas were not doctor, the monster and Douglas were connected, but it was that same night that we met him. And he'd look up at him, glance, and then look back down.
Wolf lets go of your hair and moves and picks up one of the journals, looking through it. And the prince, what does she think of all this?
She's, from what I can tell, she's not too happy. She cut off someone's head at a party, which I wrote about in there. I think his name was Jimmy, and she said that he broke the Masquerade, but I don't think he did. So I feel like there might be something going on with breaking the Masquerade that's going on that she might be concerned about, and that's just a way she might have set an example, possibly, for people who are thinking about it.
Finian,
Yeah.
you've made a lot of mistakes recently. You know that.
How can I fix them? Or do you want me to figure that out myself?
I would say go to on your hands and knees and beg for her apology.
Who? You cut out.
You cut out.
The La Sombra.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to figure out who that was for a second.
Sombra's not the boss, damn it. Shit's fixed. Grr.
Okay. And then you want me to find out more information on her?
Yes, I'm very interested in what she thinks.
Finn doesn't know that she's in the Sabbat, that she was a former Sabbat, right? That's why I didn't mention it.
That is not something Finian would know.
That's what I thought. That's why I was like, I wanted to double check, but that's why I didn't say it, because I was like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't know. But yeah, okay. Says, yes, I will do that. Or, yes, doctor. I'll do that.
I don't like this doctor.
He's stealing your style.
You can go, Finian. But know that if you ever show up smelling like another Kindred's Vitae again, there will be more issues next time.
Okay, I won't do that. And he'd quickly stand up, grab the backpack, and leave. Oh, before he does, though, he'd turn around and do like a slight little... I'm trying to think about... Oh, no. He'd stand up, walk over and hold his hand out and say, for a handshake, and say, bye, doctor.
Ooh, this guy gotta go.
He shakes your hand with a very strong grip. You're sure that if you weren't kindred, your knuckles might have been broken.
Yeah, he'd wince a little bit because he realized that he was like, yeah, he's not happy. And then he'd leave. And then walk on down and back out.
Fiona, you're about to set up and head back when you see Finian exit the hospital.
Do I see
Let's out a deep
markings on
breath.
him? Do I see big old handprints on him from where he was hit?
He doesn't have Blush of Life on, so I would say no.
Can I, when I see him, and like I probably take like a couple steps before I see him and then pause, can I get a general idea of his demeanor or well-being?
I can tell you how he like looks / what he does right now. So he'd walk out and like take a deep breath and and look down at the backpack that's in his hand. One, realize he left the blood bag in the room. And then just sit down and let out like a really frustrated scream and like put his head in his hands.
I kind of like slowly step up to him and then probably like stand there for a moment before just sitting down next to him.
He like had his hands in his hair, and when he screamed, he like totally like, not like, oh my god, sorry, ugh, I need to get out of that. Okay, he get out. Sorry, we're gonna leave for like 30 minutes. Okay, thanks. See, sorry. I literally just texted them saying I was in the middle of something. But no, he had his hands in his hair. In his hair. Sorry, my door's opening again. In his hair, and was like pulling at it, and then brushed his face. Not like brushed, but let his hands fall down his face, and is just like staring at the ground, biting his lip, and he looks really frustrated right now.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. He closes his eyes and take another breath and stand up and say, "Where's Desra?"
I don't know. Did I do something wrong?
No,
when I woke you up?
it wasn't your fault.
Then whose?
I don't know. Mine?
I shake my head at that. No. Not your fault.
I didn't eat when you told me to.
No, but you were afraid. I know what it's like to not want to eat.
What do you think I can do to get along better with everyone else?
I don't think you need to do anything in particular. I think
You laugh
when
a little bit.
when we are stressed, we, as kindred, do not act properly. And I'm speaking in very low tone.
I'll just ask Desra then. Then you start walking away.
Walking alongside him. You saw how I acted in the park, didn't you? I blacked out. I blacked out for most of it.
But you didn't. You weren't told to leave.
I believe if I have the right understanding of it, I was incapacitated and
Or hit by a car.
Desra went too far then, but
Well, then how can I get along better with her?
I don't know. Desra is the strongest of all of us.
So I gotta be stronger.
Kind of arch an eyebrow at that. She is used to controlling people by force.
So I have to listen to her?
Depends on what she does. I don't always listen to her.
But if I want to get along with her, I should listen to her.
No. No, it's that or challenge her. I've challenged her a few times, and sometimes I've lost and sometimes I've won. Even just this morning, before you left, I think I won that one.
Which one? Never mind. Don't tell them about the notebooks. And he'd look at her, and there's a look in his eyes that's totally if you do, I will probably hurt you.
There's probably another arch. I do not believe it's pertinent.
What does that mean?
It means I have no reason to tell them.
Or anyone else.
Or anyone else.
Can I cloud her memory?
You can certainly try.
Or it'll be once we get out of sight of the mental hospital.
Good luck, though.
It's okay.
She's kind of built for
I know.
mental stuff, so good luck.
Try.
You want to recall a memory?
No, I want to cloud her memory.
Oh, cloud.
Yeah.
You can definitely try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
What's
I gotta roll?
So yeah, Finn leads close to you and just whispers, "Forget."
Charisma dominates. Whispers. Oh, this could go either way.
Okay. Oh, charisma's not my best.
Charisma's your worst.
Yeah.
Is my blood potency still up?
Yes, we'll say this is part of the same scene.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, that didn't work.
Oh, no.
I have literally 2 die in that.
Rip.
I thought I had it better a little while ago, but okay, I guess not.
Well, you don't need to roll against mortals.
Oh, yeah! That's why. Okay, never mind. That was failed.
Doctor, you
then
know
I-
what Finn just tried to do.
Yeah, and then I say, you promise not to do that to me again.
Just don't tell anyone, please.
Of course. We all have our secrets. I will respect yours. Finian,
Mm-hmm.
you know I'm trying to be your friend, right?
He'd give her a glance and then look away. Trying to think about what the right answer to that would be. And he'd nod. Say, yeah.
Do you want a friend?
His face would soften a little bit, and his shoulders would drop slightly, but then tense up again, and he'd shrug. Say, I'm not good with friends, and I don't think I'm allowed to have any.
Who said you weren't?
No one.
You are allowed to have friends. And I'm not good at friends either. If you knew about me. But I miss having them.
Have you had a friend before?
Long ago, I did.
What's Can you tell me more about you?
I think like at that point, there's kind of like a misstep, kind of like a pause in my stride, and before continuing.
He'd continue. Sorry, I pause for a moment.
My friendships do not end well. Not. That's. I lost my friend. That's all I'll say. Unless you want to tell me about you.
Then why do you still want one?
I miss the feeling of having someone who can look out for you, regardless of circumstance.
He'd smile a bit, but less of like a happy smile and more of like a "you're kidding me" sort of smile. And just shake his head a little bit. Yeah, I've never had that. Don't really want it, to be honest.
No. Why not? Is it a fear of being betrayed?
It's not a fear, it's more like a knowing.
I suppose I can respect that.
No one's ever really gonna stick with you through thick and thin, and especially now that we are who we are, from what I understand.
Perhaps I'm just being nostalgic. I understand. We're monsters, I have no illusion to that. Even monsters need packs to stay safe.
Yes. But how do you know someone's a part of your pack?
You don't until you give them the chance to prove it.
And what's giving them the chance to prove it?
allowing them to help, trusting them in certain situations as much as you're willing to trust someone. I'm not saying let your guard down entirely, but if, for example, you're willing to trust me not to talk about your notebook, or trust me not to do you harm whenever you're in my lab, then I don't do you any harm whenever you're in my lab, then that's a measure of trust.
But you have to earn trust, don't you?
Yes, it is earned.
Then why would I trust you not to do that?
By taking a risk.
Sort of like... And he'd bite his lip. And then, almost like he's concealing a smile. And then he'd be like... Sort of like... experimenting.
There's like a slow grin that curls on the doctor. Yes. Like experimenting.
Okay.
You don't need to dive into the deep end of the water, but you can put your feet in, see how comfortable it is for, so to speak.
And if you find out they're not trustworthy, they're not a part of your pack, what do you do then? And he'd actually look at her when he says that. But there's still like a strange look in his eye.
I guess that depends on whether they're a predator or prey. How dangerous they are. If it turned out that, let's see. If it turned out that the prince, for example, was not trustworthy, I'd be careful. I would keep myself far from her claws as I could manage.
See, if I found someone wasn't trustworthy, he'd like smirk and just sort of like his hands are like, as he's walking, like on top of each other, and he's like rubbing his finger against the back of his hand and thinking for a moment, and he'd say, The only thing that comes to mind would be just to kill them.
That's one way of dealing with it. It might be complicated, though.
And everything's complicated. Especially when you're starting from scratch like me.
Not everything is.
Like what?
There's probably a moment where she looks like she's going to answer, and then no. Some things can't really be explained in words.
Well, then they're just as complicated as the things can be.
Or maybe the language is too complex to grasp its simplicity. But now we're getting into philosophy.
Philosophy what?
It's... How do I explain it?
I think explaining it will just make it more complicated.
Very well. I guess the easiest way I could put it is it's whatever your values are. What your beliefs are.
Like the belief that if someone breaks your trust, you should kill them.
I suppose, but I don't view it as a necessary need to kill them, but I guess that depends on the situation. Like if you were to, let's say, attempt to blank my mind again, I don't see any reason I should have to kill you over that. That's silly. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that. But if someone were to, let's say,
hit you with a car and stake you?
That is a bit more extreme. You're going to have to decide what your own terms are for that. I am willing to give my own piece on that situation, but
I think what I would do and what I am supposed to do are completely different.
What do you want to do?
You stop. And think. Really contemplating it. Then he let out a deep breath. Again. More like a sigh this time, though. And then look at her and say, well, I want to kill them, but I know I can't. 1, I'm not allowed to, and 2, I'm not strong enough.
Have you thought about it from their perspective?
He'd look at her and raise a brow. Just sort of be like, no. Why would I do that?
To understand them, of course.
I can't even understand myself. Why would I try and understand them?
It might help you understand yourself. You'd get a different perspective of yourself in doing so.
He'd like furrow his brows and yeah,
When
just still think about it. Still trying to figure it out.
When I found you in the alley, I had intended to try and talk you down from before you shot me. But there were also police officers closing in. There were people who had been hurt, shot in the club. And unknown to us at the time, there was another attack going on. From their perspective, they had to get you out of there. They had to get you out away from these police before they found you with the gun, hiding in the shadows. If they found you at all. They had to get you away intact from their point of view. They may have been trying to protect you. Not the most graceful way of doing so, but
Protect me by hurting me.
as I said, I think they went too far. But at the same time, you did kick the door off of a car, and impressive, by the way. And someone saw that, and Navina had to handle it before there was a Masquerade breach.
I mean, wouldn't killing that person been a Masquerade breach too?
She didn't kill them.
Oh. Well, it doesn't really matter what I think right now anyways. It's not what I'm gonna do, and it's not what I can do, so.
And what are you supposed to do?
Get along. Figure everything out. Make things less complicated. Which is why I was asking you how I should do that, because it seems like I was doing the opposite.
Everyone can be working better together, that's true.
Also, I have a question.
I may have an answer, but no promises.
So the girl that Novena was with at where she lived, they acted a certain way towards each other when I saw it in my mind. Obviously now they don't, but it seems like her and Desra are acting that way now too.
I've noticed it as well.
What does that mean?
I can only speculate. And if I asked, I don't think they would tell me.
So they don't trust us? I mean, I get why they don't trust me. They've told me that they don't. But
Finn, I do genetic experiments in a laboratory using methods that are not in their field. People have a tendency not to trust what they don't understand. There's a good answer. How to get along with everyone. It would be easier if we all just understood one another. So maybe make that your thing. Make an effort to understand them. Even I don't understand them sometimes.
you
Just as I don't understand you, but
how do you think you can understand me better if we need to understand each other?
by letting what trust we have with each other grow, we'll reveal more.
He'd inhale slowly and hold it and just sort of nod. But he's not really agreeing. It's just sort of he's listening. I don't think I'll be able to do that.
Well, that saddens me, but I can't force you to trust me, so.
Well, if trust involves revealing stuff, then I can't.
Can you say why you can't?
No. Just can't.
And you trust this mysterious why you can't more than myself.
I have to.
Why do you have to?
I can't tell you that.
All right. For what it's worth, I do hope it gets better. And I'll help you if I can.
When she said that she hopes it gets better, he'd smile a little bit. But to himself. But like, it's there. And then when she talked about wanting to help, if she could, he'd just go back to his normal face and shrug and nod and say, if you can, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe someday I will succeed at making us all more capable. But home's a mess, and I need to clean it up.
Yeah, we should probably get back there. Though I don't know if I'm allowed to. She did say if I did go with them, I shouldn't come back.
I will insist that you're allowed back. They'll ask questions, of course. Just be prepared for that.
Okay. And then he'd continue walking again.
And I think it's about time for our 5-minute break.
Yeet.
Well, that was a nice heart-to-heart.
Huzzah!
I hope you all enjoyed the introduction of Obadiah Wolf.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill him.
We now have to murder Finn. This is not ideal.
Yeah,
This
my
was
boy.
this is not the situation that I had hoped for.
Finn needs to trust us, so they tell him about him, so I can take all his blood out of his body and do experiments
It's
on
not
it.
a matter of trust.
That's what the kids call it these days.
So yes, 5-minute break.
Great.
That was
Just another person to put
To
an
put
FAA
on our-
shit list when he figures out who made.
Yeah.
God, this is gonna go poorly. So poorly.
I'm gonna step away.
Okay.
Have fun.
I shall be here. On
I
this day.
shall be too. Actually, I'll bring you guys into the kitchen, but I need to go into the kitchen and I'll mute myself while I'm actually making noise. But
Cool.
I have to put groceries away.
I see.
I'll be right back.
The groceries. Cannot be
Yes.
neglecting the groceries.
No. Roger, where are you?
Obadiah Wolf.
Yeah.
Finn's shitty sire is what I have written.
Woo!
So first we kill Finn, and then we kill his sire. Got it. Okay. Cool. Game plan. Awesome.
That is not a good drink. I do not drink that. That is old. Sorry.
No, do not drink old things. That is very
Yeah.
bad.
I'm in the process of cleaning my room, so I had food. Oh, there you are! Oh my god, that was so cute! Holy shit!
What?
I couldn't find Roger, right? So I started walking out, and I opened the door, and I look over at his nightstand, and because I turned around to see if I could, because I was like, oh, I'm cleaning my room, so I turned around to look at the mess of my room,
Mhm.
and then he just pokes his head out from under the nightstand. He was like, hello!
Oh,
And I was
hi.
like, ah! It was so cute.
You call for me?
I need to leave before he runs out of the room.
Yes, please do.
What do you call it?
A mess?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'd call it.
I'd call it poor life choices.
Yeah. My life. I don't care about the Christmas lights, bruh. Sorry. That's what the others were trying to tell me when they came into the room.
What?
That they were going to go out and see Christmas lights. And then now they're texting me like, this is what you're missing. And I'm like, cool. Thanks. Don't really care. Right now.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I was the same way about them decorating stuff earlier this week. They were like, we're gonna decorate the tree. It's like, I've never enjoyed that, and now I have an excuse. I need to go to bed for work. Good night. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. Like, don't make me sit here and watch you do it.
Yeah. Literally the moment before they walked in, right?
Yeah.
Someone said, Bon was outside and said, because we had gone out with some of our friends today, and then I left so I could come back here, and Bon stayed with our friends. So Bon goes, yo, I thought I was coming back with Casey and left my keys. Can someone let me in? Then my roommate was like, I'm cuddling with Freddie, her cat. And then she said, hold on a sec. And then I said, I'm in the middle of an important scene of my game. And right after I sent that was when they walked in.
Of course.
Like, not right after, so it's not like they like weren't able to look at it, if that makes sense. It was like a minute after. So I was like, bruh! Normally I would have muted myself, but I was in such shock that I was just like, dude, what?
I thought we were buds, man.
Like, dude, you're supposed to look at your freaking messages. I don't know where to put these cookies. Bruh. They're all over the place.
Too many cookies.
I don't even like these. They're oatmeal cream pies. Hi, Freddy. Did you just chirp
I'm
at
back.
me? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Apple juice. Oh my god, I could get my apples if I wanted. Nah. Don't go in the fridge, Freddy. Alright, I'm heading back to my room now.
Alrighty.
No, thank you. Sorry, the cat tried to come into the room. Alright, I am back and sitting.
I'm here.
I love the progression of the chat during that whole thing. Was, what are you doing to my son? Someone touched my boy. Diablo is that password. And then it goes to freaking.
Will you help me hide a body?
Yeah, well, no.
It's gonna be that guy's body.
It goes, Finn sold Douglas out.
Yeah.
And then it goes, and then it goes to, like, all the other stuff, like, help find the body. And then it goes, if you only save this boy before we have to murder him.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It was
It's
a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We might have to kill this. Alright,
I mean,
sounds like
it's not-
everybody's back.
Yeah.
It's not
I
wrong.
have my
Might have to kill
suspicions
this
about
boy.
it.
Yeah, I was talking about how the progression of the chat was funny. It went from someone touched our boy to help us save him before we have to murder him.
I mean, is that wrong though?
No, it's not. But it's funny.
I have a kind of an idea of what's going on, I think. At least enough that Epione can reasonably put together without any concrete evidence.
Whenever you're ready, Ark.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if she was planning to continue.
Oh.
Alright. We're going to come back to... Navina, you got ready and you went to Natalia to get a ride to Elysium.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing like finishing touch-ups in the mirror on the way back.
Is there any discussion you'd like to have with Natalia, or
Well, does she say anything to me?
she is the quiet companion?
Yeah, I figured. Nevada probably wouldn't say anything to her. Not because she's, looking down on her because she's a ghoul or anything like that. Just, I legit have nothing to say to you at the moment. And also, you called me a liar, so...
No, she said she didn't think you would lie.
She didn't think I was... But the fact that she suspected me in the first place, and was like, I have never lied to you a day in my life, so... Wow, okay.
This is Deja's ghoul she had in the gang.
I know.
Gotta suspect everyone.
I know. But yeah, she's being... She's slightly annoyed, which is why she pulled her hair. But, yeah. Is just more concentrating on making sure that she looks as Toreador appropriate as possible. Like everything trying to be fancy without being overkill, because this isn't a party. So it has to be fancy while still looking semi-casual. Like, oh, I just threw this on. The entire trip is just like fixing makeup, making sure that the dress doesn't wrinkle anywhere, the whole shebang. Make sure there isn't a run in the stocking. Like any little tiny thing.
And you eventually arrive at the tower.
Well, Desra's not here to open the door for me, so I guess I have to open the door myself. Yup, I will head into the tower to where the lift is.
And the elevator takes its time going up. Sorry, one moment.
You're right.
Sorry about that.
You're okay.
The elevator door opens, and you can hear the prince talking.
Mm-hmm. I will wait, but I will listen.
You hear, mm-hmm. Is that so? Okay. I'll see you when you return to Vancouver. Goodbye now. I have a meeting in a few minutes.
I'll wait until I'm sure that she's hung up. And outfit will either be something like this one. Thank you, Pinterest. Or something like that one, or something like this one. Something that you could throw on fairly easily, but still look really chic. You know, something like that. And Navina will knock on the door.
Yes, come in.
Navina's going to just pretend that she didn't hear a phone call and step inside. And she will, as soon as she is fully in and the door is closed behind her, she will give a deep bow and like pull out her skirt for the prince. Good evening, Your Highness.
She smiles. So it's just you tonight, then?
Unfortunately, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule.
I trust you had a good reason.
Our haven was attacked the other night. It was in revenge for what happened to Jimmy, as I mentioned on the phone prior. Not to mince words or anything, Your Highness, I know your time is precious and I don't wish to waste it. I would like to know, if you would be so kind as to tell me, what it was that Jimmy was given a boon for and any information about him, because they're attacking us now. It's being sorted, but we lost 4 men and potentially a 5th. We're not sure yet.
You're sure this was Jimmy's pack?
It said in the wall, written in our guard's blood, poor fucking Jimmy. If you excuse my language, that was what it said.
Epione should have told you also what she saw in the video.
Okay. Yeah.
And the taste of the blood.
Okay. I just haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh,
but okay.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. Yeah, she will explain to the prince that they have record more or less of the 3 kindred responsible, but they don't show up super well on film.
What did you say the clans were?
There was a Ventru, a Nosferatu, and a Gangrel.
And you're sure this isn't some ploy of Cade's?
That's entirely why
Someone else?
That's entirely why I've come to ask you about the details of the boon that Jimmy had asked for. If this is a ruse, it's a damn good one. I would not ask you for information unless I had a very good reason for it. Navina hasn't stood up yet because she hasn't been told she can.
It's bold of you to ask for information about a boon between a prince and one of her subjects.
It may be, though I did mention this is what the conference I had called was for in the beginning. If it is far too impetuous of me, I can leave. I, again, do not wish to waste your time.
Navina,
Yes?
Jimmy was in a very bad way when we first found him. He mentioned that he had barely escaped some lupines, making it here. And in exchange for protection, he would name a few anarch rats that have been nestled in the city. I don't like to admit that I haven't managed to root them out. That deal.
For their names?
Yes, he refused to give them up.
She looks a little confused. I see. So he reneged on the deal.
Which makes him an anarch. I won't suffer them in my city.
Understandable. They are, after all, the adversaries of the Camarilla. So the people who attacked us, do you think they were part of his coterie? His gang? We haven't found any connection between them and Cade yet. I had suggested it before that they might be, but I wanted to hear from you what it was that Jimmy had asked of you.
I'm not sure about the group that attacked your haven. The Nosferatu and Gangrel would fit with the anarchs. Venture aren't known to be anarchs, but a few have gone over.
Unfortunately, I don't have that many ties to my clan. The ones
Yes,
I
I
have
know
are
of your
tenuous at
special
best.
I know of your special circumstances, Navina.
She gives a slightly deeper bow of her head and doesn't stand up completely. It's through your generosity that I still stand here, and so I serve you.
Yes, some others would have slain you where you stood.
Yes, Your Highness. Though I do hope that I have become an asset rather than a thorn in your side.
Perhaps, and I dread this. You might want to set up a meeting with one of the rats in our sewers.
She looks a little confused.
See if any loyal to the Camarilla have noticed a change in any of their brethren. Maybe they're
I know of some. I've seen them. Just try as they might to hide. Not many things. Shh, car out there. Not many things escape the eye of the Marshal.
Yes, I noticed you seem to have hired one on.
Yes, I did put in the proper requisition forms for a freelancer.
I trust they know the limits of their position.
Of course. But as you say, it is good to have eyes and ears in many places, and the rats can get into the tiny crevices we cannot. So, I will go to them and ask them. I don't come empty-handed, though, Your Highness, if I may. Navina stands up, and from her purse, she will pull out the rewritten note that doesn't have Douglas's signature on it, with all the information that he and his coterie found, and will offer it over. Our hire-on has been incredibly resourceful. I do believe within the Camarilla you can trust him.
This is disturbing news. Tell him to dig all he can into this company.
Of course.
Do you have any further questions?
No, you've been most generous, Your Highness. Is there a meeting you would like with this individual? If not, I will assume that it offends you to be in the presence of a Nosferatu. I know they're not terribly suited to the court.
I trust the judgment of my Marshal.
She'll give a bow. Thank you for your time, Your Highness.
Thank you for the information, Navina. And she'll take your hand and kiss the tips of your fingers.
She'll look up when that happens to finally look at the prince's face. Your Highness?
She smirks. Prepare yourself. There's going to be a lot coming in the next few months, I feel.
Do you have a safe haven that you can flee to should we need to?
I am always prepared.
Navina will give a nod and she'll take the prince's hand and kiss the ring, as it were. I will do what's in my power to make sure that you are safe.
Thank you, Navina. I wish you well in your endeavors tonight.
And a good evening to you as well. And she will take a step back as she bows. And without turning around, because you're not supposed to show your back to royalty. That's rude. You don't do that. She'll take a few steps backwards, open the door, and step out. And then try not to sigh in relief that this doesn't go terribly. And then head into the elevator and back downstairs. And she will phone up Desra.
Desra, you've just returned from your feeding, and you hear your cell phone go off.
I'll answer it and flip the phone open. Yeah.
Desra?
I will need to make the technology result.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
I'm like waiting for it. Like, do I say anything or do I wait for it to go terribly, terribly wrong?
Difficulty 3.
Oh no. Oh, you got willpower, right?
Yeah, I'll reroll. That's fine. I can reroll those 5s.
Oof.
There we go.
It's 3.
For once, your voice comes through crystal clear.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God I can hear you. Right. Where are you?
Back at the Haven. Trust your
Wonderful.
meeting went well.
It was brief, but that was all I needed. I need to speak to you privately, where we hopefully will not have to deal with being overheard. Phone line security and such.
The Haven's best place. You on your way back?
Yeah, if Natalia's still here.
Natalia's in the parking lot.
Yeah, okay, I see her. Do you want me to give her any sort of orders from you or anything like that?
Just be heading back right away. No reason for you to be on the streets alone.
No. I'll see you shortly. Are the ghouls ready? And you hear the sound of the door opening and Navina getting in the back seat, the door closing.
No sign of them yet.
I gave the note to her. Everything's going smoothly.
Good.
No sign of the ghouls, you said?
Not yet.
That's disconcerting.
Was expecting them later on in the...
Alright. So long as you were expecting them later. If something held them up, I would be a little more worried.
Shouldn't case.
Alright.
Money well spent.
They get sitting here in a car with their blood written on poor fucking Jimmy.
Don't say things like that. Don't give him ammo.
Now you need one alive to tell the tale. That's what they did last time. God damn it.
Men does it take to message?
One. Pew. Anyway. Right. So yeah, I will... It was like, I'll see you at the Haven shortly. Click. Then just tell Natalia, going back home.
And she just heads out.
There is a, on the way back, there is a, are you alright?
I'm fine, Miss Marlin.
I'm sorry I was so rough with your hair.
You should have pulled harder.
Womp womp.
Ooh la la! Yeah, she would apologize.
Thank you, but there's no problem.
There is when it comes to being professional. Though I will say I probably won't make jokes at your expense anymore. It was a bit of a tease. Now that things have gotten to what they've gotten to in the span of the last week. God damn, it's only been a week. I think the time for joking is well past. It's time to stop being so fucking petty. You've worked with Desra for a long time, yeah?
Quite a while, yes?
How long's it been? I'm not asking for specific details, just curiosity.
Think it's about 50, 60 years now.
Lady who looks good for her age. She gives a small smile. So you know Desra very well, then?
I don't think anyone but Desra knows herself well.
I'm worried about her. You can keep that to yourself or tell her. I don't mind terribly. I've made it well clear how I feel. Do you think she doesn't trust me?
Trust is a hard subject when it comes to kindred.
Have you known Desert to trust anyone other than Goose? And you, of course.
She's let you know how much Goose means to her. That's very good in the trust department.
Natalia, you can speak freely with me. It makes conversations go a lot easier.
Sorry, after 60 years, it's a little hard to do that. I'll try my best, though.
It's okay, Kitty. It's somebody in the car. It's okay. And Navina looks out the window and just sort of curiously for a moment before turning back to Natalia. Oops. Who did we lose? We lost Shay. Hello, Shay. But yeah, Navina will look wistful for a moment before turning back to Natalia and ask very calmly, is it because of the blood bond? Or is it just habit?
Both. The bond does restrict some things, but you also learn in this business when to keep your mouth shut.
That is
And that was
very
before
fair.
the kindred were added in.
She raises her eyebrows at that. Oh? Desra's older than 60. What do you mean?
Well, I wasn't always a ghoul.
Well, no. Sorry, I was a little confused. You said before the kindred were added in, so you mean from where you came from?
Before I knew about it.
Ah. That is none of my business, and I am not one to pry into my colleagues' personal lives. I think we've relied on you and Goose and, well, a few other people enough to call them colleagues. I understand that in kindred society, ghouls aren't looked upon as very much, but I think that's generally a fairly narrow-minded idea, don't you? Quite literally, because people overlook ghouls. There's untold amounts of things that they can get up to, and no one will bat an eye. It's dawning on me how much of this world is caked in so much to hide secrets. And why you wouldn't take me at my word when I said I wasn't lying. And she just shakes her head. It's so much trouble. People think you're lying when you're telling the truth. Honestly, if anybody would know I was lying, it would be you and Desra and the rest of the coterie. Speaking of which, she pulls out her phone and rings Epione.
Doctor, you and Finn are getting fairly close back to the campus before your phone begins to ring.
Who is it? Who is it? Sorry.
Gesundheit. It is Navina. I'll mind my words. I'll answer it. Dr. Epione speaking. Oh. Don't know why I'm sounding surprised.
Did you find Finn?
Yes.
Are you heading back to the Haven?
Yes.
Good. I hate to keep this short. I'm glad to hear that he's coming back safe. I need to discuss a few things with Desra, but by all means, have Finn come with you. We'll talk about the nonsense that happened earlier afterwards. This has to do with what happened with last night's incident, shall we say.
I see. Oh, we are almost there.
Same. Natalia should be pulling in soon. I'll meet you inside. Say hello to Finn for me.
I will.
Click.
Okay. Navina
You're-
says hello.
Listening to your conversations don't really tell a lot about what's going on in the actual conversation. You're just all, yes, yes. Okay, I know.
Oh, she asked if I found you and if I was coming home with you. And she said that she was worried about you and that we'll discuss everything that happened, but she wants to let everyone know some information about who attacked us.
Okay.
And then she says hello.
Interesting. I'll tell her hello when I get back then. Unless she wants. Can I see your phone for a second?
Kind of like tilt my head, but I'll hold out the phone.
He's gonna pull up the message app, see the one that looks like Navina's name, and then send a wave emoji.
Q, very confused, Ventru in the car, like, why the fuck is Epione sending me emoji? What? You
Meanwhile-
see very quickly the ... on the bottom and then 3 question marks.
And then, because he learned this, he's gonna type in FINNIAN and send it. And
Oh,
then
do you
send
like
the wave
that?
emoji.
There is just the most impressed expression crossing my face.
There you go.
The phone starts to ring in your hands.
Here you go. She's calling you.
I think she's calling you.
He'd like look at it and then answer it and then put it on speaker and then tell Dr. Epione, you say hello first.
Hello.
You put
You're
me
on
on
speaker, mind you.
Oh, I didn't know who you were trying to call. It's not my phone.
Yes, but Finn, I was trying to talk to you.
Oh, well,
I am so proud right now.
hi.
Hey. Are you safe? Are you hurt?
I'm good. I had something to eat.
Okay. But you're not injured?
No, not really, no.
You found somewhere safe in the day?
Yeah. I knew the area.
He was kind enough to let me stay. I don't think I could have made it back before.
I went into torpor.
He what?
I'll explain.
Finn, are you okay? We're almost in the parking lot. I'm going to be there momentarily. I'm going to hang up now. Please get home soon.
Alright, I see the building, so I think we're good.
And listen, I don't give a shit what Desra says. We're not going to kick you out. We
Okay.
might need to find you some help, but we're not going to kick you out.
Alright. Sounds good, I guess. Dr. Epione said she would help me if she could.
Well, more people like you, Finn.
You mean the Malkavians?
Mm-hmm.
I've only met one and I don't really like them.
I've only ever met a handful of Ventro. And trust me, it just gets worse and worse the more you meet. I think that's sort of the deal when you become kindred.
Perhaps we can continue this conversation in a moment.
Yes, you shouldn't have us on speakerphone. Don't do that again. I'll see you at home. Goodbye. Click.
Okay. Then he'd hand the phone back to her.
Finian, do you know what this means?
What?
I am a teacher.
What?
A teacher. Like,
I am so proud, pupil.
he's like, he looks confused, but then he just goes with it and he's like, thanks.
Yeah, we go back to the Haven.
Yeah.
Same.
Desra, you hear the door to the Haven open. Is Ren here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just waiting to hear who comes in.
The first people to come in is the Doctor and Fidian.
I'm probably sitting at Goose's desk, arms crossed, waiting for everyone to come in.
If we walk into the room, the first thing Finn would do would go over, get on his knees, and say he is sorry.
There is a very noticeable eyebrow raise.
Very noticeable look of concern.
I'm
No.
sorry.
You talk some sense into the boy, Doctor.
When I could, I was not with him the entire time. And I didn't say you should do this. I just kind of like gesture to the prostrating Finian.
He'd look at her and then repeat, I'm sorry.
And what are you sorry for?
Hold on. I'm trying to think about how he would word it, because I started writing stuff down about, like, his perspective on things. Hold
I
on.
wrote it down in my journal. Shit, I don't have my journal.
Yeah. For not getting along and causing trouble and making mistakes.
Damaging my car.
That actually, I wasn't thinking about that, but if you want me to be sorry for it, then I will.
The room probably visibly darkens a bit.
He doesn't really notice. He's looking at her.
Desra, I know we were in a rush back at the Gosratu, but I was trying to calm him down before things got violent.
Which part being violent? Part where he drew the gun on us.
And she said she would help me if she can.
Good. Oh, to talk. Which part are we talking about for violent? The part where he drew the gun on us.
Yes. You... I understand the reason I woke up in a trunk. He may not... I think he deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Does he now? So what reason you got for drawing the gun on your own coterie?
I didn't trust you.
So you think that's a good reason to be coming back here? You didn't trust us and intended to try and harm us.
Intended to try and defend himself. We were not going to hurt him, of course,
defending
but
yourself from your coterie. We're
it
not
is separate.
like other kindred. We are on the same side. We look out for one another until you cross a line. And she gives both of you a look. Never put hands on either of you, lest you deserve it.
Can I enter?
Yes, I was about to say, actually.
I guess.
Naveen, at this point, you enter the haven,
Hmm.
and you can hear a raised voice.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know whose voice that is. You hear the click, 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 click of heels on the floor, and Navina steps into the room, all like glitz and glam.
Well, I guess when she enters the room is when Finn would be saying, yes, I know it was my fault. Sorry, that's why I'm saying sorry.
Desra. She gestures to like the fact that it's really dark in here.
The light kind of comes back.
You need to calm down.
I am calm.
I know, you're angry. Why is Finn on the floor?
That I'm trying to figure out.
He'd be prostrating himself for forgiveness. Something I was on my way to be given. Just making sure the boy understands.
Finn,
Yes.
do you understand?
Yeah. Mostly. I understand what I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out how to not be wrong again.
Well, Desra and I did have a speak about it, and I did plan on addressing this after news of the meeting with the prince, but I didn't expect to come back to this. She will walk over to where Desra's at and like rest a hand on Desra's shoulder so she's not as tense, hopefully.
Finn would
Ah, shit, the light
furrow
just
his
got
brow.
brighter.
You okay?
No, that was a joke.
Oh, I thought something actually broke. I got scared for a second. I'm like, oh god! Yi. Yeah, kitty.
He'd furrow his brows and look at Dr. Effione for a moment, then look back at them.
Desra's going to have a meeting with some people, and I thought it would be a good idea for Finian to, since he doesn't have a proper sire and has been the one who has had the most trouble adjusting and dealing with things, I thought it might be a good idea to ask the Malkavian Primogen if they knew somebody who would teach him a little more of the ropes.
Do we know who the Malkavian Primogen is?
No idea. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't think we know any of the Primogen. At
Except
least
for one.
not on a casual chat basis.
Do we know
Wait.
their name?
We've met Primogen before.
Yeah, we've met them, but we haven't met them.
You would
I'm
have
not
heard of them, if not actually met them once or twice at Elysium, but never on a really first name or really just talking.
Met the
You
Vancouver.
answer directly to the prince. So there's really no need for any of you to answer to your Primogen.
But the name,
The Malkavian Primogen's name is Jethro.
Oh god.
And- oh.
I am afeared.
That sounds like death row.
Yeah, I'm sure he thinks the same.
I just hear banjos.
Down, 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 down. Oh, die! You over there? Are them hogs ready for slaughter? we gonna have us a feast tonight. Yeah, no, I'm not.
that is officially his accent.
Yeah, you have to change his voice now.
No, please, no, please don't.
I mean, I got the same from the Bible, but okay.
Well,
Why do you think
in
he's
the-
Malkavian?
Yeah, why do you think in the
Y'all.
South they're using? Yeah, why do you think in the South you find names like that? Yeah. Anyway, so nothing's set in stone, but it's something that I had asked Ezra to bring up with the Primogen. Fen, you've nearly gotten us killed a few times.
Sorry about that.
We're not blaming you. You didn't know, and we were a little too hasty. And she gives Desra a nudge. Both of us were a little too hasty.
We've all made mistakes. I've let the monster that's part of us get the better of me, and that should not happen.
Lots of things have happened. I don't want to see you get killed or us die because of you. So just consider this as personal training, if the Primogen would be so kind as to take you in for a little while.
Wouldn't we have to ask the prince?
Because if the prince found out, the prince is going to react poorly, which is why I did not ask the prince. That did not come up in the dossier.
Why would she react poorly?
Because you nearly got us all killed.
She probably doesn't want her Marashal appearing any weaker than it already.
If somebody knew that you ran off, if somebody knew that you fled this coterie, God only knows what would have happened. maybe there would be more people who just descend upon us. I have no idea. The prince was not happy to find out that there was a Ventru among the people who came here. There are so many things. And I personally am in a very awkward position, all things considered.
Can Finian stand up? This is making me uncomfortable.
Yes, stand up.
Stand up, boy.
He'd look at Desra again and say, I'm sorry.
It's all right, Finian.
Mom gives a nudge to Dad.
Stand up, Finn. It's all right.
We will chalk it up to inexperience.
He'll slowly stand up.
Epione visibly relaxes.
Like I told you on the phone, we're not getting rid of you. We are sending you off to get better training.
Okay. Will that make me stronger?
It should.
Speaking of training,
Yes.
he texted you.
What? Oh. Yeah, he did. He spelt out his name.
She showed me how to do it. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be.
We normally call you Fen.
Yes. I know how that one's spelled too. You just take off some of the letters.
You did a good job.
Very proud.
Thanks.
Hopefully teaching you how to read will be part of that.
I want that job.
You want to teach him how to read? We don't know what's going to happen.
I'm a teacher now. Don't take this away from me.
Oh, okay.
That'll get another raise.
She called me pupil earlier.
Navina just looks at Epione with a, really? Are you for serious now? Sort of confused expression. I didn't know you wanted to teach so badly.
Neither did I.
Well. We'll see as and when, depending on whether or not the Primogen will even take Finn in.
Should we talk about the meeting stuff now?
I'm sorry?
Yes, what did the prince have to say?
I thought you said beating.
No, the meeting.
We all perceived.
Yeah, I'm like, who beat you? What happened?
We all
Tell us,
perceived
Finn.
defeat
Tell
Finian.
us.
Yes, we
Yes.
We know
Virtue
who beat
child.
Finian.
six.
We each get a slap because I misbehaved.
Yes, we all do the shame, shame, shame while walking around Finn. No, yeah, Navina will just like sigh and lift a hand to like her temple, trying not to smudge her makeup.
Also, why didn't you tell me you had a meeting?
Why didn't I tell you that I had a meeting?
Yeah.
Finn, I didn't know if you were going to point a gun at me or what you were going to do. You've been acting very strangely lately, and I would like an explanation at some point in time, which is the biggest reason why I would like for Desra to ask the Primogen for someone to teach you things. I have already asked Douglas to teach me things. about how kindred society works.
Okay. But once I get that fixed, you will tell me things?
I should.
Okay. Then he'd motion for her to continue.
Telling you things is all based on trust, Finian.
I've had this conversation.
Oh, well, then he should understand why there are certain things that I don't tell him, along with every single person here.
Because we don't understand each other.
Or it could get us killed to have it said out loud.
If we say anything, anytime, I feel like everything could get us killed.
You're not wrong. That's just it. Douglas, I couldn't say his name at Elysium. I couldn't. He was our freelancer, or the Nosferatu. And it seems, the prince is approved. From the information that he'd gathered for us before, she was very pleased. She was very concerned, mind you, but she was very pleased.
That's good.
Yes, which is a feather in Mr. Velvet's cap. And let's make sure it's a shiny gold feather. I had to say certain things that I didn't feel to make sure that it appeased the prince. Saying that if she didn't want to see a Nosferatu because they were unappealing, it was understandable. That's part of politics. You twist the truth just a little bit.
Okay. Twist the truth.
No, you don't lie to your coterie.
No, I wasn't saying that. I just don't know how to do that.
Hopefully a lesson that I don't need to teach you. Mostly, we are supposed to get hold of someone from the rats, and she does air quotes with that. We need to ask somebody, hopefully one of Douglas's contacts, to be able to help us. He's already helping us with Cade. We need help to find out what's going on with these people that attacked us. And the prince said the rats might know something because she assumes they're anarchs. Not the Nosferatu, the people who attacked us. Jimmy wouldn't give up the names of some people who were anarchs and was therefore branded an anarch himself. That's why he died.
So,
He didn't breach the Masquerade. Why the prince decided to say that, I don't know. It is not our job to speculate what it is the prince thinks. It is our job to do as the prince instructs. That is what the Maréchal is. We are the arm of the prince. We move as she commands us to move. That's our duty.
Do you think these anarchs have anything to do with Cade, or is it a separate matter?
Honestly, I think it's a separate matter entirely. I think it's coincidental. I think we're chasing ghosts if we try and put the two together like some sort of conspiracy theory.
is it Cade of
Honestly.
Ventru, though?
Yes, Cade is a Ventru.
And there was a Ventru here?
Navina
There
just gives
was.
him a look. And?
Well, what if the people who, because lots of people don't like us, and it's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that he's working with people that don't like us because they have the same goal.
That's not a huge leap.
It's not.
We know Kate has been stirring the pot, trying to find people who do not agree with the prince in his effort to become the new prince, perhaps? I don't know.
And he was at the party too, so he saw what happened to Jimmy.
Navina turns to Desra. Would you like to tell them what was in the note that you gave me? What it is that Cade's been up to? That Douglas found out?
I'll nod, and for the sake of time, I'll just get them up to speed.
Yeah, because we are running a little bit over.
We had some good RP.
Yep, it's fine. So, basics is that Kate is amassing firearms, and someone named Mr. Solderney is apparently the local worker.
But I still don't see how that would make.
We don't know if Solderney is an Anarch, a Camarilla member, or if he's some sort of other. We don't know. We don't even know what clan he is. Hell, we don't even know if he's a kindred or not.
If he's real.
Oh, I highly doubt it's not a real person. It could be a fake name. But
Yeah,
there's-
that's what I meant.
But yeah, we are supposed to go to the rats to find out what we can.
But if they are working with him, do we want to know? Do we want to go to them and tell them that we are trying to figure something out?
No, Finn. The first person we need to talk to, first and foremost, because he's the one who's investigating things for us, is Douglas.
Yeah, I was saying more, do we want to... Is it a good idea to go?
To go where?
To the rats. Or would we do that thing where we twist the truth?
No, Finn. I would go to Douglas and ask him if he has contacts. He's busy at the moment. I don't want to give him more workload.
Okay.
He's still trying to figure out who shot up his bar.
Then our next step. What do you think it is?
Be meeting the ghouls when they arrive.
They're still not here yet?
Before they get here.
Raise a brow at that. We talked like 5 minutes ago. Yeah,
I'm impatient, damn it.
I know.
With that, I do think it's about time to wrap up.
Fun.
Because we are 16 minutes over.
Oh, it's a shame.
So if you want, I can quickly introduce the ghouls through a very just quick non-RP thing.
Okay.
So the 4 ghouls you have hired: Amy Soto, Samuel Cole, Blair Marsden.
Marston?
Marsden.
Rin, I'm looking at you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Angus Kilgore.
Marston, huh? Any relation to John?
How do you know he's not John?
Haha.
Because wasn't it a lady's name?
So, just so I understand, right, these are all ghouls who didn't have people to feed from anymore, so we're re-ghouling them?
I don't know. Where did you get them? Ghouls are us. Did you hire them out from their regions? Are they independent ghouls? What's the deal?
What is the deal?
It would have been done through the prince,
Oh, through the
not
prince.
necessarily
Okay.
directly through her, but her,
The ivory tower set us
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So they're probably rented
Ow!
from
Sorry.
someone.
They're what now?
They're
Probably.
likely rented to us from the ivory tower. We don't need to feed them. We just need to make sure they don't die.
Can we feed them?
I don't think
No.
we should. That's a bad idea.
I'm joking.
Don't feed the pets.
But anyways, I hope
Feed
you
them
guys had
at
a
the dinner
great.
table.
I hope you guys had a great time tonight,
Yeah.
It was
and
fun.
I believe that we can time skip over to the next night at least.
Ooh.
Great.
Yeah, let me know if
Uh,
we do time skip, because I got some stuff I want to do that might require rolls or not. I'm not sure.
Desra.
I need to have a chat with Desra too. So like,
Right.
Desra,
I have a remorse roll to make.
you murdered someone tonight. Make your remorse roll.
don't you lose humanity. Oh, you got pictures for all the ghouls.
Yep.
All right, so
Oh,
2 remorse.
hello.
Pick them out.
Hello, Miss Soto.
That was the other placeholder Lasombra pick. Also would have been if I had picked Ventru, because I love that pick. Good one.
Yes.
So 2 ticks for remorse, so it's 2 remorse die, yeah? Because it only came up as 1.
Yes, you roll 2d10.
It came up as 1.
There's a remorse button.
I know, that's
That's
what I'm saying.
so-
The remorse
that's
button
weird.
came up as 1, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, you're good. Yay!
You succeed.
Ooh.
I
You
don't
don't
feel
have
bad
any
about
notes.
murdering this person. Or I do feel
No,
bad
you,
about
you
murdering
do
this
feel
person.
bad. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I totally feel bad about murdering this person.
I mean, if you don't, you lose the humanity.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I totally feel bad about murdering this person.
But yeah, hopefully we don't do a time skip next time because Mom and Dad need to have a chat, and apparently the doctor needs to do something.
We can sum up what we
It'd be
do.
like an epilogue.
But
Well, what we can do is
for-
just chat about it the next morning, and then, or the same night, and then we can do a time skip.
Mm.
we
do the
gotta start rolling time out.
Yeah.
Spending weeks on a single day.
Hey, experience?
2.
Okay, cool.
Even me.
Yes.
You and the doctor had a big old scene.
Yeah, we're just 30 minutes over our 5-minute break.
So we should
We
be at
bonded.
33 total.
Yeah, 33 is what I have.
Hey, 1 more point, and my blood sorcery goes up.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tapping into the blood.
Time for outros.
Yes, let's do
Yikes.
quick outros,
Shoot,
guys.
I forgot about those.
Hey, everybody. My name is Spoiled Chestnut. I also go by Krista. And in this game, I go by Navina Marlin. I hope you enjoyed the holiday chibi version of Everybody. I just finished that up today. It came out so cute. I'm so happy.
It looks really nice.
In our Discord, most of us are using the chibi characters
Except
as
for
icons.
someone there.
Except for someone. Peer pressure. But yeah, you can find me at
I don't
Spoiled
have
Chestnut.
one. I'm sorry.
What would you like me to draw for the storyteller?
I'm joking.
You can put happy.
They're talking about me.
Yeah.
And there's another person who is not here with us right now.
Luke changed his. Look,
He did?
Yeah.
he did.
Yay.
Anyway, yeah, you can find me at Spoiled Chestnut on Twitch, Twitter, and Patreon. It's a new month. Have you checked out my Patreon? I do all sorts of things art-related and Let's Plays. Right now, I'm doing a Let's Play of both Stardew Valley, thanks to the new update. I play with friends, or I just play with myself. And I'm also playing Okami, because it was on sale. And if you haven't played it, go back to ye olde days of PlayStation 2, because it was one of the best games ever made. I've beaten it many, many times. I love that game so much. What is hey phrasing? What?
Play with myself.
Yes, that was the joke. Congrats, Obby. The joke is obvious. Yes. I'll be around tomorrow. I'm going to be hanging out with another friend on her stream over at Hecate_gaming. But there will be an art stream where I'm catching up on some doodles, and hey, maybe you'll see some new faces from other coteries. Come check it out. It's a fun time. 2 p.m. Eastern.
My turn?
Yes.
Hey, it's Kay. It rhymes, you know. I'm also known as Casey or Finian or I used to be known as Cronage for my cosplay stuff, but I ended up changing it to Casey.cause. Because I hope to make a YouTube channel at some point. I will be getting a new camera for Christmas, so that is fun. With this camera, also, cosplay comes second. First comes pictures of Roger. You can follow Roger at RogerThatFerret on Instagram. Roger is spelled with just a G, not a DG. Yes. And other than that, I impulse bought Urban Shadows and Monster of the Week.
Ooh.
All of the expansion stuff as well for them. And I will be reading them, and hopefully after I run my mask campaign, which is actually put back a little bit because we're doing Legends of the Elements first, but it's not going to be podcast or streamed or anything. That's just for us. But so after I do that, hopefully I might be running one of those games, which will be fun. Yeah, other than that, I haven't really had much. I'll be posting more on Instagram soon. Eventually, I am going to a few out-of-state cons, so like, if you want to say hello to me, I'll be at some big out-of-state cons.
Which ones?
I'll be at KatsuCon, which is in Maryland, and then
It's right down the road from me.
and then that's like the major one. Other than that, I think next year I'm going to Anime Week in Atlanta as well. And then Animazement is in state for me, but that's also a big one. But yeah, those are the big like cons other than local ones that I'll be going to. I'll get more information on them in a bit. I do know my KatsuCon lineup is going to be
Should be
real
February.
fast. Yeah, that's in February. So that's going to be, I have for each of the days who I'm going to do. So Friday will be, I don't remember Friday's going to be Soul Eater, so I'll be doing Krona. We'll have a group. And then Saturday we'll be doing the Adventure Zone. I'll be doing Taco. And then Sunday we'll be doing Shira. I will be Ketra. So be sure to look out for that stuff. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening and stuff, you know.
Oh shit.
Hey, I'm Shay. It rhymes.
Haha!
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, you're cool.
I have a Twitter. I am an artist. I have a Twitter. It is at Jim Shay. It's supposed to be at Shay Jim, but it is at Jim Shay. I do some digital art. I've done character stuff. I've got started getting into maps. That was actually pretty fun. I need to get my shit together because I've got a lot of other stuff going on right now. But come the new year, I plan on helping to redesign a lot of PartyWipeGames stuff. So some of the backdrops and everything, that'll be cool. That'll be fun. But yeah, so I'm also in a lot of the games. About half of them, I guess. I'm here about half the week.
All of them. Thursday is the only.
I'm not here on Wednesday either.
Or don't play here on
Or
Wednesday.
or Sunday.
We do play on Sunday.
On Fort Breaker when we get back to that.
Yeah, so that doesn't count. Not here.
Yeah. But yeah, I will be possibly be out next week, all of next week. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes because I have a procedure, and after that, I will be a little loopy on meds, but we'll see.
All right.
Hello, everybody. I am Ark Survivor. I was the storyteller this evening. You can find me on Twitter at @TheSageKirby. Next time you'll find me, I believe, is Monday for Forest for the Trees because all the other games are currently on hiatus. Or unless Chestnut pulls me into one of their streams.
That's probably
we won't
gonna
be-
happen, yeah.
We won't be on Forest either.
Oh,
It probably not likely you'll be ready by Monday, right? That'll only be 3 days.
Yeah, probably not, but possibly. I'll keep you all posted.
Sounds good.
Probably the next time would be Tuesday. Who knows?
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
come
hope
with us
for it,
next
but don't
week
expect
again.
it. Hope for it, but don't expect it.
Yeah, I post on Twitter occasionally, and I run this game, which has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And hi, I'm Rin. It rhymes with hey. That doesn't. I am, of course, one of the founders of PartyWipeGames. I was playing Desra Belmont, our favorite Lasombra, who is mean to everyone.
No.
No. She means no.
Does she though?
Does she, though?
She means well for herself and her friends.
I don't need to tell you what our roster is because we're not really going to be playing anything for a little while. Going into Shay's surgery and holiday season, we're probably going to be very scattered for the rest of the month. But the things to look forward to at the end of the month, we'll be launching our Patreon with great incentives for people, including offering monthly one-shots for people to play with us, the cast, as well as helping us provide production costs and doing things like paying Shay and Krista to do more great art for us.
Wahaha.
Because I'd like to keep Krista on full-time if I can afford to.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Art.
Art! Give us art!
By the way, I'm open for commissions, so, hit me up on Twitter.
They are always open for commissions. Give them
Always.
money.
At Spoiled Chestnut.
Yep.
Spoiled Chestnut, give them money. They did the fabulous holiday artwork you see right now.
It is so good.
You can even watch it be made live, which is the best part.
The likely alternative for not playing right now for tabletop games is I will likely be streaming Phoenix Point, a new game made by the XCOM, original XCOM crew. It came out today. I dabbled with it a little bit. I'll probably definitely be streaming that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and we'll figure out the rest of it. Oh, also, the Aliens RPG comes out soon, and I want to slap together some people to die horribly to xenomorphs. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably happen. Otherwise, it is past my bedtime. I need to get to sleep for work.
Yes, I'm sorry, Ren.
That's okay. It happened. I saw our time going, and I was like, do I say something? Do I just let them keep going because it's good? It's fine. Ooh, okay. We'll go ahead and raid our usual spot at the end of the night because they came in and gave us some love too. So we will go over to Mirror Shadows. Everyone's give them the big hellos and good nights.
You sound
another
so
Vampire
out
the
of it,
Masquerade
Ken.
group.
I am.
We got to give every vampire group some love.
Please.
Of
This is
course.
mandatory. We are part of the family.
Yes, I sound out of it because I am out of it. I am going to crawl right into bed because my body is like, this is when we go to bed.
Mhm.
Oh yes, please give them all of our love. They are the family. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.